Welcome back, family, to the Back Issue Book Club. I'm Greg.
I'm broke.
And we are Team Ohana.
Yes, it's a curse with the name of Richard. I really have to say that, because even if I want to use a nickname like Dick, that doesn't work either. So
Yeah. I guess that's why I hear a lot of people just call you Richard.
Yeah, I mean, my name is Richard. My sister's name is Karen, but my father swears it had nothing to do with the Carpenters.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
Nice pull. I was named after Gregory Peck.
That's not
Apparently.
bad. That's not bad.
No. But anyway, we're talking about Matt Murdock.
Yes.
We finally finished the DC Night Terrors. That was last week's, the finale, and now we've woken up from that nightmare.
Yeah, right. And we stepped into another one. Whew.
This was Daredevil, Volume 5, the Dark Arts Arc. Art Arc, and where we get introduced to Muse, who is the bad guy that will be the bad guy for the first half of the new Daredevil season, whenever that happens.
Reported, yes.
True. Yeah, I guess it's not really been officially confirmed, but the market's had its fun spike, and I assumed cooled off by now a little bit on his books.
I believe so, yeah.
But yeah, what did you think?
I actually read one issue beyond the arc, because I just wanted to find out a little bit more about what happened to Blind Spot.
I was real close to doing that. If I didn't have like kids and stuff, I would have done that. Because yeah, I sunk into this one, and I just read it all the way through, and it was an easy read. It was a fun read, and I was just like, wow, this is cool. And
like what happens to Blind Spot? Literally, just like I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, that's when I was waiting for Muse to be like this fucking monster. And yes, not that painting a mural with people's blood is not, and but like it's murder. But like to see him just be like, boom, like Three Stooges.
Yeah, Blind Spot. Get it?
Oh, well, now, yeah. Boom, took out both of his eyes. I was like, damn, son. All right. So, Blind Spot is blind. Well,
yeah.
Actually, I don't know. The one thing that was weird for me was the whole Inhumans thing.
Yes.
I was not up to date on those happenings. So.
But this was during a time period where, from what I was reading, there was an attack on the capital city of Adelon. And did you ever watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No.
Okay. They had Inhumans in there.
Okay.
And apparently there's a certain percentage of the population on Earth that has Inhuman DNA from way back when.
Yes. Somebody described this in the book, actually. And the Terrigen
yes. And
mist.
Right, and that's the way they actually did it in like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and everything else.
Oh, okay.
Was they exposed somebody that they thought had DNA, and it would awaken a power in them. Yeah. And this power was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I assume it was drawing from the books, was a power that was needed at that time, whether at that moment or just in general in the world.
Okay.
So it was weird how it knew, but apparently this Terrigen that they had, they kept it in the vials and in a contained space, and they were only supposed to awaken a specific number of Inhumans at a specific. They couldn't just do it to everybody. Well, this attack let it out, and it just went to everywhere in the world.
Yeah, and so like it made whatever people that had like even one Inhuman gene somewhere in their gene strain activate, and that could be anything from just dying immediately to
becoming Superman.
Yeah, becoming an awesome detective who can like flash his eyes and take a picture of HD of whatever he's looking at and refer to it later.
Yeah,
that was unique. I like that.
Yeah, it was. I mean, if you could shove a USD card into his ear and download it, it'd be great.
Right.
But that's where that was, and that was part of the storyline and everything. So I tried doing a little bit more research on Muse after this.
Okay.
And there is no origin story for Muse. They never find out where he came from.
Is that the end of him? The end of him as well that we see?
No.
Oh.
He actually dies in Daredevil number 600.
You're right. That's 597.
Oh, well,
that's close.
He should be in there. Yeah, because it's actually Fisk is the mayor.
Yeah, I see that. Mayor Fisk across the top.
Right, and this is maybe how they're going to use him in the show is his fight against Daredevil and Punisher and everything else gives Fisk the popular opinion to wage a war against vigilantes, hence trying to get rid of Daredevil. And at the very end of the story of 600, he's basically upset that his art was not really, this is not the way I wanted my story to go. And there was a burning building. He just walks into the burning building. And he dies. You didn't see it.
Yeah. So when they finally get him in cuffs, in like inhuman cuffs that are like high tech, Daredevil rips his mask off, and
he looks like Gore the God Butcher to me, man.
Yeah. He looked like he had like a burned face. Like it's like they were wanting to reveal something to you, but it was very undetailed. I don't know.
Well, there's speculation on some of the Marvel websites that he was himself an Inhuman, and that's why he was targeting them.
Oh, that would make more sense and be a fun little twist.
Right.
And that's why he would also be able to have like these slightly supernatural powers.
Yeah. Fast speed, strength, everything else. So, and that would be a good way of also bringing the Inhumans into the MCU.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. And maybe he didn't die then if he had.
Or they're going to use this whole arc itself, at which point they'll, because we know that he's against, Punisher is involved in the Muse storyline as well. And we know that John Bernthal is going to be in the Daredevil series. We don't know where. We know Fisk is going to be there. Maybe they're just going to retell this story itself. I don't know.
God, I'm excited for that show to come back.
Yeah. Please do it right, please.
I know, right?
But
the blueprint's there.
Now, this is not the MCU club. This is a back issue book club. So let's get back to
right.
the books. And it's my fault. I'm the one that took us on the tangent. I'm
That's all right.
yelling at myself here.
As odd as the Inhumans were, I thought it was really cool to see Daredevil hold his own against Karnak.
Yeah.
That was badass. And I really liked the conversation that he had with the detective. The detective was like, just please, you have no reason to trust me, but please just trust me. Took him aside and was like, listen, dude, she's a queen. She has to make the decisions for for optics and politics and stuff like that. And I was like, that's so annoying, but it's so true.
Yeah.
That was cool. I like
our
that.
people have to believe that we can keep them safe.
Right. So Daredevil was like, that feels ugly. And he was like, well, she has to make ugly decisions every day. She's a fucking queen. And I was like, that's true, I guess. Gosh, what else? The reveal of like all the bodies hanging in his studio.
Oh, man.
Talk about creepy, huh?
Yeah, this guy definitely does. I mean, again, they were talking in the Marvel fandom, and they refer to him as a sociopath. I'm like, I would say more psychopath, because unless you're going to... the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath is born that way.
Baby, they are born this way.
They have something's wrong with their brain chemistry.
From the get-go.
Right. Sociopath is born normal but has enough traumatizing things happen to them in their lifetime that they take on a lot of the same
attributes.
Right. Another big thing about it is that sociopaths do not. Sociopaths fear consequences. Psychopaths don't.
The ones who are normal first and flip don't fear consequences?
They do. Sociopaths fear consequences. Psychopaths, the ones that are born that way, do not.
Oh, I thought you said that was the other way around.
I may have, and I didn't mean it that way. I'm sorry.
So born that way is a...
Psychopath.
Okay. Sociopath goes postal.
Correct. They
Well,
they both
changes.
go postal.
You're right. Sociopath changes because of society.
Right.
I'll remember it that way. Okay.
Right. I mean, like their mother didn't love them enough.
Right,
or got
right.
abused or whatever.
So psychopath, the one that comes out of the womb chemically altered, doesn't have fear of repercussions or morals or compass and all that.
Correct. Charles Manson was a psychopath.
Right.
Okay, so he didn't care. I'm going to go to jail. I don't care. Sociopath, like, I would really like to shoot that person, but damn, I would go to jail. I don't want to go to jail.
Right.
I want to ram this guy off the road. You know, I say that. Somebody cuts you off and you want to ram him off the road, but you're afraid of getting in trouble. I just made every single person in America feel like a sociopath because I know we've all thought about it.
Oh, I've often thought about just like firing one tire out so they like curve and just...
Now, do two tires because you don't want them to change the tire and not come after you.
Oh, good point.
Anyway. So, in my opinion, though, unless they're going to go into a backstory about how he, what was done wrong to him as a youngster, they can't label him a sociopath.
Oh, yeah, because we don't know.
Right. Oh. So, the Marvel fandom calling him a sociopath, in my opinion, is incorrect. The fact that he didn't care about getting caught, it didn't show, him running away. It's like, oh, yeah, Daredevil, yes. So, what do you think of my art?
Yeah. Like, totally nonchalant. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah. He didn't think, oh, God, there's Daredevil. I got to get out of here before I get caught. He was like, Daredevil. So what do you think?
And he was like, no, seriously, I need to know what you think.
He throws his baton at him. Boom. So you're not going to tell me?
Yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, he's not just some guy. If he's going to catch the baton and snap it in half like that.
Yeah.
So that inhuman thing holds a lot of credence with me now. I like that.
And I think we need to get the Inhumans into the MCU. This could be a good way of doing it as well.
Well, the show failed, right? The show was the first attempt to get into the MCU, or was that not MCU?
That wasn't in the MCU.
Oh, okay.
As far as I know, the only real MCU is in the alternate reality where we see Black Bolt, where Wanda takes his mouth away.
In Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
Who was reprised by Anson Mount.
Correct. I would love to see Medusa. There's a really classic cover with her and Spider-Man. It's a Steranko cover, I think. No, not Steranko. Is it Steranko?
It might be. I know what you're talking about.
Or is it
Ramita?
It's a Ramita cover. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. 270 or something like that, or 170,
or 70,
or 70. I don't know. I feel like there's a 7 in it.
I'm looking.
Me too.
It's one of my favorite covers, but 62.
Oh. Yeah,
it's
I remember
all
you've
white,
often...
and I would love to get that book, but every time I see it, it's like yellowed.
That's an old book.
Yeah, that's why.
Maybe Peter Parker's peeing his pants, and it's getting on the cover because Medusa's grabbing him so much.
And they did redo it in. I'm trying to go past that one. Marvel Tales number 45 is.
Is it the reprint?
Yeah, it's a 20-cent comic book, but it's got a lot more going on in the background. It doesn't look as good. Gotcha. It looks like it was drawn by Romita Jr.
Come to Tino Hana if you want strong opinions on artists. But yeah, so I like everything you're saying here. He definitely doesn't fear getting caught. I mean, he doesn't want to, obviously, because it prevents him from doing his work, what he considers his life work. But he's so matter of fact about talking about all the murder and stuff. Like, oh, man, there's 10 fingers. He became a nice piece of art. It's just like, yo.
Which reminds me, I really need to do another piece because the blood only lasts for a certain amount of time before it gets all congealy
and cloddy. Yeah.
Cloddy, yeah. I don't understand in the book though how Blindspot thought, oh, everybody's still alive. I'm like, why would you think they're still alive?
When?
After he mentions that he's got to do another piece while he still has the blood. I figured that he had like a bucket of each one.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't either. That's why I ask.
I really liked the internal dialogue Blindspot had with himself about when he was chasing the judge.
Yeah.
And he was like, why the hell am I doing this? I mean, if he knew who I was, he would have me deported immediately, probably.
Yeah. Do I want to die for him? Do I even want to fight for him?
Why am I doing that? Yeah. Oh, God. That was really good.
But what Daredevil said to him is, don't let anybody die. Don't die. And you don't die. And at some point, you're going to have to make a choice between the two and live with it.
Or not.
Or not. Yeah. I mean, the writing in this was so good.
Oh, yeah. Charles Soule. Really good.
I really don't have any complaints about this series at all. No. And I personally, I'm going to continue reading this Daredevil run.
What is that? What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm not there.
I'm trying to like type, and it's like auto filling out shit for me, and I'm not typing it. Oh my God! Charles Soule does a shit ton of modern Star Wars comics too. So put him on your old radar.
Yeah.
He's been doing the Dark Droids.
Oh, okay.
The main Star Wars line, the High Republic books. He's contributing a lot of. Anyway, Charles Soule, awesome stuff.
Which reminds me, I still haven't gotten my foil R2-D2 cover.
Oh, did you? You bought it on eBay, right?
Yeah.
You pre-ordered the 9.8.
Yep. But
got it.
It should have been back by now, I think, in my opinion. But maybe they waited till they sold them out and then sent them out a couple weeks later. I'll give it another 2 weeks, and then I'll start annoying the heck out of them. I know how quickly the books came back. My 9.6s came back real quick.
Yeah.
Modern books. Brand new books. I got 5 out of 6 9.6.
Yeah. But, yeah, highly entertaining. The artwork was good. It had sort of a temperature to it, like a general feel. Mm-hmm. Like a certain, like a limited palette, and normally that bugs me, but it didn't really bug me during this.
The opening chase scene that Daredevil has in the very first issue, where he lets the guy go and he just follows him back so he can beat up 4 guys instead of 1.
Oh yeah.
If you watch those scenes, you see Daredevil's shadow on the wall in a couple of different panels, and it really looks cool.
Oh, nice.
And the further away it is, the more distorted the shadow is. The closer he is, the sharper the shadow is. There was a lot of thought that went into the artistry in this.
I like it. Kind of reminded me of the popular Matt Fraction, David Aja, Hawkeye 12-issue series from 2015 that they based a lot of the show on.
Yeah.
Kind of almost a minimalistic color palette and kind of stuff. So it can work if it's a good story and done right.
Well, the shading that they used, the angles that they used, they didn't over accentuate things. They tried to let you have your imagination still work a little bit with you.
Yes.
And if you are a dark person like me, I took it to a level in my mind that was disturbing. Whereas somebody who has a more reserved mind or level of tolerance, I would say. Like I was gonna say, like you.
I just took it as face value.
Yeah.
Black suit Daredevil.
Yeah.
I don't
running around
remember
the letters DD on his.
I don't remember him getting that, but
Look, Daredevil is not one of the books that I regularly read a lot as a kid. I would follow certain arcs when my friends were talking about it, but it wasn't in the same vein as Spider-Man and X-Men and even to a point Fantastic Four. Those were my money books. I had to buy them. I had to read them.
Looking back, that might have been a poor choice.
No, honestly, I don't think it was. Iron Man. No, because I don't think that myself as a kid was mature enough to really appreciate those books.
Okay, that's all you had to say.
I was trying to, but you threw a pen.
It's actually tweezers, bud.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know your eyebrows needed to get done.
Have you seen these bushes?
No, I mean, you think about it. When I was a kid, when I'm 10 years old, anybody's 10 years old, are they going to read and truly appreciate the Iron Man Demon in a Bottle series?
No. Not as much as they would.
Right. Those comic books, even though it's like animation is not always meant for kids,
yes.
Comic books sometimes are written for adults.
Yeah.
It's like the great Looney Tunes cartoons. There was enough stuff in there for the kids to laugh and enjoy at, but there's also enough entendres, or double entendres rather, that the adults are going, what are you laughing at? Oh yeah, the way he did that. Just the same thing you're laughing at while he's wearing a dress. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, the Pixar movies do a pretty good job of that too.
Yes, they do.
So, but anyway, Daredevil, Charles Soule, Muse, Blind Spot, good stuff.
Absolutely, I highly recommend for people to read this.
Yeah, me too.
And familiarize yourself with the character, because if he is who we're going to get in the Daredevil Born Again series on Disney Plus, whenever they start, recording again, and I'm not telling them to rush the actors strike. I'm just saying we have to acknowledge that it's going on.
Yeah.
Guys, you do what you got to do. You make sure you can put food on the table. I get it.
Where are you at in terms of a rating out of 10 on this?
Nine.
Me too.
It's my highest rated of the Black Christian Book Club.
I feel like Stray Dogs was a 9.
Okay, well then it's a tie. I'll put it up with the Stray Dog series.
Yeah, this was awesome.
I could not stop reading it.
Yeah, couldn't put it down. That's just it. I told you, it flew by. Easy read, great read. It was like I was watching an action movie. It was awesome.
Yeah,
so cool, so cool. That's awesome. I'm glad. I promise. I had a 9 set before. With I came into this with a 9. So
maybe what we got to do is do like the judges' scorecards, or flip it over or something.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1,
flip.
Yes. So on that note, since we both loved Charles Soule's writing so much here, yes. Rich came up with a great idea. We haven't done an independent in a little while, so we're going to read Image's 8 Billion Genies by Charles Soule. That was the star of last year, pretty much. It came and was on fire, and issue number 1 had multiple prints. So
didn't they get optioned like as soon as it was made?
Yeah, like the day it was released, the option got picked up. So
let's find out if he can put that same writing in a completely different type of storyline, not just the superhero.
Yeah, that's exciting. I'm excited.
Yes.
Cool.
October 16th, I am doing the Cartersville, Georgia Comic-Con. the first time I'm actually being a dealer in about 2 years. Thank you, COVID. However, we have T-shirts and hats and everything available on Etsy, which you'll find the link at the bottom of every one of our videos. But I'm gonna have a what do you call it? Mystery slabs, a box of individually wrapped slabs. They're all gonna be mysteries, $25 each. If you come up to the table wearing a T-shirt or a hat from the saying something Timo Hana, or even the Sep Marinara shirt or anything, just showing the love to the channel, I'm gonna give you one of those for free. So if you're going to buy a T-shirt for $25, I'm going to give you a $25 thank you as a slab.
Nice. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Make sure to rate and subscribe. Leave a like if you're on YouTube. Make sure to leave stars and a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Check out our Etsy shop in our link tree for said shirts and hats that you can visit Rich with and get free stuff. Make sure to follow us on YouTube. Check us out on Instagram at Timo Hana Family. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Timo Hana. For only $3 a month, you get to access all of our watch-alongs. Right now we're watching Ahsoka. You get to...
Oof, that's so good.
It's so good. It is. You're going to get to give suggestions on the direction of this podcast, where we're going to take what series we're going to read or book we're going to read per week. We have a monthly get together where you pull from my book Oh my god! monthly get together where you pull from my pull box, and I send you every quarter your books, and they're nice books. They're not just fillers. Some are, but not all of them.
They're free no matter what.
Also true. Yeah, and if you're a Patreon, you get to extra pick on New Comic Book Days videos. Rather than 2, you'll get 3. That alone pays for your Patreon membership. You also get extra picks on our Remember Me videos when we do those. So you get 2 extra picks rather than just 4. You get 6. I think I got everything.
Yes, Patreon related. We also have one other thing in the works for this channel. Next Friday.
Oh, yes. Next Friday, Deegan Pecoris will be joining us back again. It's been a while, but he'll be back. We're going to be doing a live stream at 7:45 on Friday.
Correct. Yep.
And we're going to be talking about his release of Creepshow. Is that right?
Yes.
And just catching up. It's been a little while since we kind of hung out, so...
Artist that has done quite a number of what do you call it, variant covers for comic books.
Yes, Slumber, After School, I think is the name of that other one.
Mm-hmm. Our 2 books.
Yes, I was gonna do those at the end. Gosh, Supermassive from Image, and yes, our 2 books, the Nightclub #1 and Radiant Pink #1, which we did with Syndicate and Deegan. So stop on by, ask your questions, say hello, share the love.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And bring your questions, because he loves to answer them.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And knowing him, he might draw something and give it away, because that's something he does too.
Yes, but no guarantees.
I didn't say he was going to. I'm just saying that a lot of times he does.
He just finished up Baltimore today, so I'm sure he'll have some stories and stuff to... Well,
he's going to start driving home tomorrow. He does it in 2 days because he doesn't like to drive that long. And he was actually asking originally... He asked me originally, do you want to do it Tuesday night? I'm like, Tuesday is Ahsoka, so no. That's why I'm like, no, Ahsoka.
It's Ahsoka, so it's a no-go.
So, I mean, I would have done it on Wednesday in conjunction with New Comic Book Day. I would have made New Comic Book Day a live broadcast and done that. Yeah. But he said, how about Thursday, Friday? I'm like, those days are fine. Friday's better, because this way, if we run a little late, we'd have to get up early for work. But
that's right. Cool. So, are we good? We covered everything?
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be fun. It's been a while. So, we'll have that live stream link set up and ready so y'all can set a reminder for it. But on that note, until we... F sharp. Until we see you all on the next one, Mahalo.